this is a ready, fire, aim sort of approach. So we get these face masks printed, we send them out. Somebody realizes there's an error. There's something fundamentally wrong about that design. They correct the error. They send out a new design, and people start printing that new face mask. But for folks that are out in the field, if you're holding two face masks, how can you tell which one is the flawed design and which one is the correct design, and do it quickly and easily, right? So we're talking about that potential risk that, we're in a hurry to get products out there that, using manufacturing processes and designs and materials that aren't being thoroughly vetted. And it's probably moving faster is probably the right decision in this circumstances rather than trying to check all the boxes. However, we could end up with some real problems down the line if we're not able to identify and either pull, what would end up being defective products out of the supply chain or issue a recall on those, simply because we were in such a hurry to get stuff out there that we didn't pay any attention to where it came from and where it went.
Yeah, and a great example of that with 3D printing is the actual material, the filament that is used to 3D print plastic. And we've done some work with 3D printing. What you find is that some materials will deteriorate much faster than others. And being able to understand what material was actually used by the third party that was producing that product, or being able to understand further down the road and in the future, if products are failing with that particular material that came from that particular supplier, how do you identify that? And how do you then have the ability to identify all the other products that were produced with that kind of material? So being able to create some mechanism as an identifier, or to identify the source of a particular batch shipment of parts, is going to become very, very important as more and more of these things become available or are produced by people who, they may only have one type of material in their 3D printer at home, and that happens to be a material that does deteriorate in sunlight, for example.